Hello, Pin Voyagers. My name is Julie and I am here with Nick.
Hello.
And we just got done with the Disney's One Family Pin event, and man, was it a whirlwind. But in this video today, we are going to talk about what Nick and I got off the pin trading boards when we were at this event. So, without further ado, let's head out on our voyage.
So if you don't know, at the pin trading event, you are given 4 tabs every single day, and each tab allows you to trade traditionally 2 pins at a board. Now some of the boards are standard boards. What you would consider a standard board, you walk up to it, you get to trade 2 pins off of that board. Some of the activities are actually more like a game.
And can we also say, for those people that haven't been to this event, when we say board, we don't mean like the little Mickey boards that you like go up to and switch in the shops. I mean, these things were almost as tall as I was.
Yeah, like bigger than this Pocahontas board. I don't even know if that's in frame, but big. These are big, giant boards. The boards get refreshed traditionally at random times, so you never really know when new pins are going to come out. And you get a time limit, so you can't just sit up there and take all day to figure out what pins you get. Each person gets 60 seconds to trade 2 pins. And the cast member will give you a warning. Most of them do that at a 30-second left, 15-second left, and then it's time to make a trade.
And I did hear a story about how one kid took longer and they were like, okay, sorry. And then the other cast member was like, no, like it's a little kid, like it's fine.
Oh, a little kid.
They were like a little kid. But regardless, we did not miss out on any of ours. So we pulled all of our pins in the 60 seconds.
Well, that's not, I mean, I feel like I missed out.
They were like, oh, you didn't pick a pin in 60 seconds?
No, not on the time. Not on that time. I guess the other thing to know is that the boards close at 5. So if you didn't use your pin tabs, if you aren't in line by 5, you missed out. And so I definitely did not utilize one of my tabs. I gave it to somebody else, and they had to trade it.
Okay, so you had the chance of a board, or you also had chances of games. And I think we participated in every game that they had because the lines were not as long. So the first game that I played was Plinko, which was very fun. It reminded me of Diana Dream 499 Plinko game, and I kept thinking about Stu messing up. But anywho, so the first one we did Plinko, and we got like good pulls.
I need to have 2 pins out.
Yes, you don't have to trade if you don't want, but obviously you're here for trading.
Okay.
And you're going to have 60 seconds to pick 2 pins. I
Okay.
can help you out. So ready?
Okay, go. Oh my goodness. Okay. I would like to trade for the Aladdin book. And then oh my gosh, there's so many good ones.
You got a lot of time.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I think I would like to trade for the Lucifer. Oh, I love how you have a tool. Okay.
And then we also played a game where you had to walk up to these like baskets, and it was like Lion King themed. They were African baskets, and you picked a thing off.
All right. What did we get?
We got Halloween chip
Oh,
and found a happy place.
oh, you have great Nemo pins so far. I love it. Okay, what'd you get?
I got this. I don't know what it is. I think it's someone that someone traded, but it's sandblasted, so you know I'm a sucker for it. And then I got this artist proof Captain Marvel.
Oh, we also did the Cars Land one.
Yeah, those two weren't really so much games as just pick between A or B or A, B, C, D, and you get to trade what's inside. The other game was a spin the wheel. You got to spin a wheel, and then whatever it landed on, that was the board you went and traded in.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
You get?
Look at. I got a Figment Festival of the Arts.
Oh, yes. Okay.
That's exciting. And then just two that I pulled. We got this one. I don't know if he moves. Oh, he does move.
Oh, that snowman has a hat. And you
And
got?
then something from a Star Wars. I don't know. Nick would know.
Oh, a jet fighter maybe.
Yeah.
All right, this is what I got. I got
Oh,
a
that's
Chinese
cute.
lantern. Will you hold this?
Yes.
I got Princess
That's
and the Frog.
nice. That's nice.
And I got one more Princess and the Frog.
Oh, that's so nice.
So the trading activities, you either got to pick a line for a board or play a game. Either pick a random box or Plinko or spin.
Yeah, so lots of fun. Overall, like looking back, I was super happy with most of my pulls. However, we saw some of the things that other people pulled and we were like, you have to be kidding me.
It's really easy to get envious. You're always happy for people when they get great things. I truly always am. But then if you see that and you're like, I'm going to get something amazing. And then you don't. So I kind of let myself get into my own head about that issue. Luckily, we got to see friends of ours. Hopefully you check out our podcast. We recently interviewed the WDW Aristocrats. We got to see them a lot at this event, and I really enjoyed talking to them. You know, they did a great job of cheering me up and being like, don't worry about it, just go have fun. And that was the key, just have fun with it. Okay, no more stalling. Let's show them what we pulled.
Out of all the pins that I traded for, my favorite pins that I got, probably I'm going to start with this TV pin. And I really wanted to find another one like it. I don't know very much about the series, but this pin, I really like it. And I hope that I can find the rest of these in this series.
Oh no, the whole series?
I think it was 4 pins, so I think we're good.
What's the LE size?
It's 500.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, my other favorite, I don't even know really what this goes to, but this key, I actually thought it was part of the board, like decorative, and then I was like, wait, is that a pin? And she was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, then I want this one because it's giant and gold and pretty. And then my other favorite trade that I made are these, I think these were mystery box, but I don't know, of this Peter Pan map. And we already own a piece. I don't remember which piece we own. Hopefully not any of these pieces. But these are really hard to come by. And I want to say these are like $45 like a pin-ish, like if you're trying to buy them off of people. So I was really stoked about that. My other trades, like, I think we're just okay. This one?
This is a really good one.
This is I think, was this from the Disney Fairy Tales event?
Yeah, it's a low LE.
LE 250.
250. That's a really good pool.
Yeah. And then now I'm kind of regretting now that I know it's an LE 250 because
You saw more?
I did at the very last board of the day, but then I thought this was unique and I had never seen it.
Oh.
Sorry, I thought this was unique and I had never seen it, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I guess the only other pin I think really to really mention is we got this really cute DVD pin. It's a higher LE, but fun. And I also, last thing I'll talk about is I got these anniversary pins of Princess and the Frog. But I don't also, you own these.
Yeah, we already own literally both of these.
But I got them to trade. And it's really hard to read what the limited edition size is. But they're pretty, and when I saw them, I knew what they were. So I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, TV, my number one fave.
Okay, I organized my pins a little bit differently. Now remember, I told you, I already got myself kind of in a workup about I wasn't getting good pools. You know, I got to see all these other people that were finding these amazing pins. When you're pulling pins off these boards, most of them are going to be either a PP or an AP. Honestly, I don't think there's a really great consensus about what PP means. Some people are going to tell you it's post-production. I believe it means pre-production, because why would it be post-production? That means they made more after? That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, so if we're not right, then we'll put it down below.
If we can find out a true answer. AP, everybody knows what this means. AP means artist proof. So this is the pin that gets sent from the factory to the team of artists that are designing the pin for their final approval to say, yes, this is how we want the pin to look.
Can we also just put a little cliff note in that some people think that these make the pins more valuable?
Right. So there are some people that really, really, really get into this PP, AP, and if they have an AP pin, they're going to tell you, you can trade, but this is an AP, which makes it better. I don't know that it really does make it better, and it's really up to you, the trader. Okay, so I organized my pins by what type of pin they were. Now, remember I told you on the board it's either going to be AP or PP, but you could also pool a pin that somebody else already traded up there. So I think I pooled one pin that was just a trader, and I think that was this Ant-Man pin, because it's neither AP or PP, but it's kind of a cool pin.
I really like it. It's probably one of my favorite pulls.
So I'm happy with it. And then, let's see, I got all of these, which are PPs, pre-production. Spider-Man, this really pretty Cusco. Frollo, I'm obsessed with Frollo. This pin from Alani, the resort out in Hawaii. A Tinkerbell pin. Adventurers Club pin. I actually own this pin, but now I'm going to trade it for the PP. This is play pin. And I also really like play pins. This is from the, what's this ride with this thing? The Rise of the Resistance. These down here are all artist proof pins. This was my first pool and actually probably one of my favorites. This was from the event, the last in-person event, Fairy Tales. This is also a really good pool. This is a Goofy pin from the Academy of Animation. I got this pin. This is actually a pretty nice pin from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party via 2016. I got a gondola pin because I really like the Skyliner, and these pins are still trading really, really well. And then a Skyliner pin to accompany that. I wonder if I have this pin. I gotta look to see if I have it. I'm not sure.
The gondola or the other one?
Magic in the Sky gondola pin. I don't know. She probably doesn't like it. She doesn't like the Skyliner. I do. BB-8, Cool Marvel, a great Earth Day pin, Grogu, and a Lunchbox pin. Terry was nice enough to get this for me. Remember, I told you I ran out of time. So Terry had the time. I gave her one of my tabs as I was about to trade, and I said, please, Terry, please, go trade for me. And Terry actually got a refresh board right then. This, I traded off a lanyard. There were actually cast members that were running the event that had lanyards sometimes. So I traded for this hidden Mickey of Zazu.
Wow, I love how you organize mine. Mine are just...
I like to organize things.
And are just randomly put on the table.
Now when I look back, I shouldn't have gotten in my head. I did some pretty darn good pulls. This Goofy pin is an LE500. No, maybe even less. I have to look now. I told Julie we weren't going to talk about the LE size. 300! LE300.
So what, 250 is the lowest one that we know of?
I think so, yeah. So those are great. You wouldn't find these pins normally, most of them, you wouldn't find them normally on any other board. I got to figure out what this Cusco pin is. It's really pretty sandblast. If you watch the channel, you know how much I love the sandblast.
Yeah, so I mean, overall, I think that throughout the day, there were times where I was like, ooh, I really like what I got. And then other times of the day, I was like, meh. It is what it is. So, but overall, like, I had a lot of fun.
We did notice some behavioral differences in our fellow attendees between the 2 days. Day number 1 of the event, people traded off these trading activity boards in the morning. The lines were really, really long in the morning, and people were really anxious to get their trades in. And then in the afternoon, they were at the trading tables where they could trade with each other, just our fellow enthusiasts. So remember, you get 4 tabs. So the people were using their 4 tabs in the morning and not in the afternoon. By 2 or 3 o'clock, the lines for the trading activity boards were empty. Now, we were like, oh, this is how it's going to be the next day on day 2.
I do want to specify, I thought because it was like that on day one, everyone thought that that's how it was going to be, and we weren't necessarily going to see that. That was my prediction, because then everyone was like, and I was correct.
On day 2, we thought the same thing was going to happen, and it didn't. The lines were pretty much long all day. Also, the behavior of the cast members changed. As we walked in on that second day, we were informed that each tab would not allow you to trade 2 pins anymore. You could trade 3 pins now. So all of a sudden, that kind of hyped up the entire process. And then on top of that, they started to refresh the boards at a set interval, at the top of the hour and at the half hour, like clockwork, on the dot. I was not happy with this. If you're anyone that studies behavior, truly behavior and learning, you know that a fixed schedule of reinforcement like this is kind of what you would call a board refresh. It's reinforcing because everyone gets excited. They think they're going to get the best pins. When it's at a fixed time like this, it creates a response from the animal that's emitting a behavior, in this case, the trader, that they're really only going to emit the behavior of trading, in this case, at those times. So every single person at the event was basically only trying to get in line, time themselves to get in line, when the refresh would happen when they were next in line. And this made it extremely difficult to see past this desire, this FOMO, fear of missing out, and wanting to have the refresh and just get up and trade at the boards. That's definitely where I got a little bit frustrated, because I know one time I was in line, I just got in line. I was like, have fun, Nick. I got in line, and then we were like 5 minutes away from a refresh time, and there were like 6 people in front of me, maybe 8. So I was like, wow, I'm gonna get either the refresh or pretty darn close to that refresh. And then all of a sudden, I kid you not, all 8 of those people in front of me looked at their watch. This one guy traded in front of them, turned around and was like, ugh. And all 8 of them just got out of line. Just literally, whoop. And the poor cast members were standing there like, okay, I guess you guys aren't trading. And it really made it not fun for me. So if anyone from Disney hears that, please never do that again. Please do not refresh at a set time. It brought out the worst behavior in people, and it kind of ruined the fun, in my opinion.
I also think that at the beginning of the event, I had heard that if you get out of line, you forfeit your tab.
Only if you look at the board.
Oh.
So if you have not given that cast member your tab and look at the board, then no. You can get out of line as much as you want to, as long as you do it before you get up there. But if you choose to look at a board, like you've given your tab and you're like, okay, I'm looking at the board now, that's it. You either need to trade, or you can say, I'm sorry, there's nothing I want, and walk away.
Yeah, I mean, I think my solution to this would be to not only change them at a variable frequency, but I would also say that whatever the guest give you goes to the side.
Yeah,
and then have other pins to the side that the cast member puts up. And I'm not saying they have to be like super fancy, but when we went, we were like really particular about making sure like that we had okay pins. They're not like super exciting, but we had some hidden Mickeys, no fills in our thing.
That's kind of what I try to do. I figured that the cast member would have to put the pin back on there. So in my head, I said, well, I want to make it very clear to my fellow traders what I put up there. So I'm only going to trade as much as I possibly could hidden Mickey no fills. Because I don't think many people would look on these boards and be like, oh, there's a no fill hidden Mickey pin. I got to take that off this board. In my mind, I was trying to be helpful and courteous. Obviously we don't know how other people think.
Yeah, but that would be a suggestion that I would. And then sometimes I randomly pull out a really good pin, and then sometimes they pull out another pin. But overall, I had a lot of fun. I would totally do it again. I have some pins that I didn't even know existed, and I have some pins that are now going to go in my trader book because I don't need them, but they were better than the hidden Mickeys that I started with. So overall, I was super happy, and now that I know like what's going to happen, now I just feel like I have a better understanding. So next year, I have a better game plan.
Next time we'll be ready, and I won't get myself upset. I'm just gonna only have fun.
Yeah. So I hope this video was kind of informational. We'll give you guys a little flyover of our pins. I'll maybe organize them like Nick did. I don't know. Maybe I won't. And until next time,
we'll see you on our next voyage.
Wherever we're going, I could not say for sure. Better not knowing, but it's better than before. But here's the cure. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine, everybody join the fun line, ain't nobody left behind. Possible we're drifting, but it doesn't seem to be. Findable what's missing, but we've never missed a beat. Can't you see? Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine, everybody join the fun line, ain't nobody left behind. Now that we've arrived here, I would not change a thing. Knew that we'd survive here and all the goodness we would bring. Of this I sing. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine, everybody join the front line, ain't nobody left behind. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine, everybody join the front line, ain't nobody left behind. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody